Hey, I have two list reviews for you today. The first one is from Simon, and Simon has sent lists to me before, and this one is because he won a pack of Great Escape Games Romanians. So of course he needs to run those, right? It's just a thing that has to happen. Right? What is this doing? My computer is behaving badly. Just a sec. Here we go. So, I want to show you his Romanian draft, and he's saying that he wants to possibly run Romanians as his competitive army this year, right? So 11 order dice. Simon, I think this is a little too low. I think you need to be at 13, 14, maybe even 15 in order to be competitive. Especially because Romanians, you do have a free unit, so it needs to get boosted. So let's see if we can find somewhere to boost your order dice count. Now, the first place that I notice is the mountain division here. This can go. It doesn't need to be here. Yes, it's nice to have. Yes, they're dangerous. Yes, they have mountaineers. All of this is okay. They have a few submachine guns, but they're not massively killy. They're not 115 points killy. That's going into Gurkha unit territory, and they're not as dangerous as a Gurkha unit. Just putting it out there. So I think these needs to be downgraded. That would give you a few points for an extra unit. Mortar sections, you can see here he's edited a little bit so that it's the case blue light mortar. Yeah, I like these. It's a great idea having that light mortar, having extra HE in an army where you want there to be a lot of HE. Perfect, right? So that's the first HE system. Late war infantry doesn't need the submachine guns, and you can actually we can also debate the size of these units, can't we? So this is a 7-man unit. That's good for skirmishes. This is a 7-man unit. That's also good for skirmishes. This is an 8-man unit. Why? Does it need that extra man? I don't think it does. Another 7-man unit. I think you should run them 7-man units. I think that would be good. And just cut out the submachine guns. We'll use them for something else. We need more order dice. Medium howitzer and medium howitzer. This is the free unit, right? I understand the allure of running 2 medium howitzers, but if you can, I think you should downgrade one of them to a light howitzer, like the one that you're actually buying. I don't remember if the Romanians have access to a light howitzer, but if they do, I think you should. You might even consider running it inexperienced to save points. Most of the time you're going to sit there and shoot indirectly anyway. I would make sure that there was a medium mortar in this list, and I think I would cut down on this howitzer just to save the points. Again, saving up points to use on small teams, for instance. And I can't remember if this is true, if the Romanians have access to a flamethrower team, get one. Can't remember if they do though. But, I mean, medium mortar, at least get yourself one of those. Because you already have 2 light mortars, and now you have 2 howitzers. That's 4 AT shots. That's pretty good. Oh, and here comes the TACM. That is 5 AT shots in this one platoon. That is very, very good. Do you need the 2-2? I don't think you do. This is one of the places you could also cut. And I think a 250/9 SDKF set is actually cheaper because it's a half track. And it's not open topped. The TACM is really good. I like that. Go and watch my video on tanks, the tank tactics. This is a mobile piece of artillery, and it can double up as a tank destroyer. It's not the greatest tank destroyer because it's open topped, and yeah, but but it can fire as a medium AT gun if it needs to. But it's the CIS-3. The CIS-3 is just a very, very good gun because it's dual purpose. And then a Kugelblitz as the German choice here. Again, I think you could save points on the Kugelblitz. It does. I mean, you have so much anti-tank capability in this list. Do you think you need the Kugelblitz to threaten away enemy Stuarts? I don't think you do. You've got Panzerfausts in almost all your units. You've got medium howitzers. You've got a 222 with a light autocannon. You've got the TACAM with the medium anti-tank gun. I don't think you need the Kugelblitz. I think actually that a darker Panzer III would be more beneficial because it would give you another tool that you could use. So that would be my feedback. Simon, thank you so much for the list, and I love that you're building an army just because you got the models. I love that. And the Romanians are not bad at all. I think you should bring this to events this year. I just think you need a few more order dice in the list. Right. The second list I have for you today is from Chris. And Christopher is sending us his beachhead. British reinforced platoon, 17 order dice, 996 points. Get yourself a mule team for those final 4 points. Spend them and then you're at 18 order dice. That would be pretty cool, right? One caveat to that is I think at 17 order dice you're a little higher than you need to be, which means that some of your units may be a little too weak. So maybe we need to boost some of them a little bit. Second lieutenant, inexperienced, paying the tax. Regular infantry, riflemen. These does not need to be 9-man units. They can easily get away with being 7-man units because they are skirmishes, right? You're not going to push into the enemy's back line, or you're not going to assault with these. So yeah, I think 7 men, that would give you a few extra points. We don't need the extra points, but we need to find somewhere to put them, right? Free artillery observer, love that. Royal Engineers, always, never leave home without them. They're really good. Regulars, so they're a pretty cheap engineer unit. Vengeance, that is really beneficial for anyone who wants to be within 12 of the enemy. Heavy mortar team, inexperienced. Yeah, I'm seeing Brits run these. People in the UK run these quite often. Here in Denmark, it's the medium mortar that's being run inexperienced, but heavy mortars, a little bit extra punch if you have the points, and you do. Piat team, yep. Medium howitzer. You know what? Again, that could easily be a 25-pounder. The 25-pounder is just so good. It's just so good, and it's versatile. I think, and it's cheaper. I think you should go 25-pounder instead. Airborne Recce Jeep. Yeah, cheap. Look at that. Twin MMGs, 10 shots. It's got the recce. It's got everything. Bren carrier for the engineers with LMGs. Yes. A Jeep. That will be for the Piat, I think. You know what? I think I would change out the Piat for a flamethrower team. It's just way more deadly. Yes, you need to be able to get up close if you want to go and kill a tank, but it's just deadly to so many more targets. And the flamethrower could benefit from having a regular Jeep, whereas the Piat, not so much. But the Piat will hide in reserve or in your own deployment zone waiting for a tank to move up. The flamethrower, though, that can go in outflank. Yeah. And a Crusader AA. Love the Crusader AA. I think we should all thank Alistair Unicom for introducing these to competitive play. They are great. I have my own sitting on my painting desk right now. Great little tank. Second platoon is another lieutenant. Infantry. Yeah, this infantry needs extra men. It needs to be 7. And this only needs to be 7. Heavy mortar and a light howitzer. I think you could use the points for a second tank and possibly upgrading this armored car to something better. This is a skirmish list, isn't it? It's a really good skirmish list. I think you don't need more skirmish units. I think this could actually be a stack hound or an AEC, a heavy armored car. And possibly you could benefit from having a steward in the list as well. You have a lot of HE shots coming out of your list here. I think a small team, another flamethrower, or a Piet or a flamethrower here as well. I actually think that I think that you shouldn't go down on auto dice here. I think you need the auto dice. This is skirmish Brits, right? And a skirmish Brits, you need to have a higher auto dice count than your opponent because you need to have at least 2 of your units putting pins on one of their units if he has like assault units or whatever. I like it. I really like it. It's different and it's nice to see a British list that doesn't contain all stewards. All stewards and all Gurkhas. Yeah, this backline hold of 5-man unit is just too weak. I think you need to push your infantry so that all of them can skirmish. That would be beneficial. I like the inclusion of both a heavy mortar and a 25-pounder here, but I think you should double that up with another 25-pounder here, save the points, and then buy flamethrower teams, basically. Right. That was it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.